Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics Virtual Employment Opportunities Fair. Today, we will be hearing from 5 presenters hiring for various positions across the TDL sector. Each presenter will speak for approximately 5 to 10 minutes to give you some information about their company and will highlight the job openings they currently have. After presentations have concluded, we will then be transitioning into small group discussions with employers. Small group discussions will be held as one continuous 30-minute session, and you will be able to move freely from room to room. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available on the Illinois workNet YouTube channel for you to refer to later. Now, I would like to introduce Robert Lewis with the YWCA TDL Sector Center. Robert?
Thank you so much, Daniel, David, and Kimberly over at the SIU team. You guys are great. Thank you so much for introducing today's event. Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Lewis. I'm the Business Development Manager for the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnerships Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics Sector Center. Welcome to today's TDL hiring fair with our employer partners at Amazon, Wendella Boats, Got Junk, and United Ground Express. Also, we have Governor State University on with us to speak about some of their outstanding programming as well. Next slide, please. Here you will see our TDL Sector Center team, myself, our training coordinator, Stacy Delaney-Roney, and our Sector Center coordinator, Nyasa Hollins-Watson, which rounds out our dream team. Next slide, please. So you may be wondering, who are we? Well, the TDL, or Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics Sector Center, is a preeminent bridge that connects all of you to the industry employers locally that need your skills and talents to do the jobs and tasks that they have for our communities. The TDL Sector Center serves the industry by offering a menu of talent acquisition and training services that meets both our employer partners' needs and yours as the candidate. Next slide, please. This is just an example of the massive amount of employment opportunities that exist in the TDL industry. Today, you will be introduced to some of our partners, again, at Amazon, United Ground Express, Wendella Boats, and Got Junk. They all have opportunities that fall into different ranges of entry level to career opportunities. We're looking forward to connecting you with them, and we're looking forward to speaking with you on today. Next slide, please. Here are just a few quick tips that we'd like to leave with you. As this day gets started, if you want to be abreast, and you need to be, of all things TDL, leave your contact information into the chat. I know that you guys registered for the event, pre-registered as well, but we like to make sure that you receive the TDL newsletter that comes out every week on Mondays, and then also be up to date with all the new job openings that come out on Mondays, every Monday as well. And I just want to give you a few pointers for today. As you visit with an employer in their booth, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to add your questions to the chat, or you can unmute yourself, state your name, and ask your question. Please be polite, and please also be courteous to any other fellow job seekers who may have questions as well. As whomever is in the booth, the employer contact there or our TDL team will assist you with anything that you may need during the hiring event. And then our contact information is here, tdlsc@ywcachicago.org. And then that's the phone number for myself, 773-673-7682. Looking forward to hearing from you all. Next slide, please. And I must say thank you so much for attending today's hiring fair. I now would like to introduce Mr. James Wooten, the TSC Engagement Senior Coordinator at Amazon. So James, please take it away, sir.
Thank you, Robert. Can everyone hear me? Yes. All right. So my name is James. I'm the staffing coordinator here at Amazon. Basically, I hire for 2-1 associates within the Chicagoland area. So today I'm here to provide an overview of the Amazon hiring process, the benefits, and share our hourly associates position in our operations sites. Amazon provides a variety of hourly roles for people interested in full-time, part-time, seasonal, or flexible schedules. So there's basically a job for everyone. Next slide. So here's an overview of the presentation, the introduction, why Amazon, an overview of the hourly roles, the hiring process, and then the Q&A, which is going to be broken down in the break room session. Next slide. So growth to Amazon. Amazon understands that you may only want to work for Amazon to earn extra monies for the holiday season. Everyone knows that Amazon is busy around 2 times of the year, which is basically the prime and the peak season. We all also understand that you may want to join Amazon to begin your career. Amazon is a global company and the possibilities for growth are endless if that is your goal. If you demonstrate a positive work attitude, leadership skills, and an excellent job performance in productivity, quality, safety, and attendance, you can also grow in your career at Amazon. Like myself, I actually started off as a seasonal and I was offered a full-time position with Amazon back in 2012. From there, I proceeded to show demonstrations of the positive work attitude. I applied for a delivery station liaison position, which is basically customer service at a local delivery station. And then from there, I actually transferred from Phoenix to Chicagoland area. And I took a peak of interest in the staffing position and I was a seasonal there. And then I was offered a full-time position being a staffing coordinator for Amazon. Next position. Career journey. So basically, there are many paths. These are some of the most popular ones within the warehouse position. The warehouses. Others does include the loss prevention, safety, transportation, which is the TOM team, etc. So as a warehouse associate, you can also become a process assistant, which looks over the department, making sure that everything is actually functioning or is actually getting packed, shipped out to the building. And then you have the area manager who basically oversees the department, and then the operation manager who oversees the building, make sure everything is up to par or everything is actually running or that they actually are exceeding the packages being shipped out. The learning ambassador, basically, they train the tier 1 associates who comes in during the time of the year. They train them, making sure that they actually are able to, or they see if they are able to pack and everything, making the rates that they have. And then from there, they become the learning trainer, the learning coordinator, and then the learning area manager. There's the seasonal HR assistant where you're in the HR department. Myself being a staffing coordinator, it's under the HR umbrella, but as you see, it's not displayed on the slide. However, there is other departments under the HR umbrella. And then there's the IT as well. Next slide. So the career choice, Amazon wants you to be successful in your career, even if it means a career outside of Amazon. We are so committed to these efforts that we have pledged over $700 million in the US to provide training over 100,000 employees. These are various upskilling programs at Amazon, ranging from Amazon's Technical Academy to our Metronic and Robotics Apprentice program. Our most popular is the Career Choice program, where Amazon provides 95% of the tuition and fees up front. Whether your career plans include Amazon or another path, Amazon will help you fulfill your dream. Next slide. So Career Choice team announced the game-changing enhancement to job growth and career choice program. Beginning January of this year, Amazon actually will fund 100% college tuition for bachelor's degrees, a high school GED, and English as a second language proficiency certifications. Employees can participate in the Career Choice program after a shorter window of 90 days, being in your role as a Blue Badge employee, full-time or part-time, and participate for as many years as they work at Amazon. And basically, there are how the employees can take their classes. They could do on-site, online, off-site, or hybrid. Next slide. So safety. So Amazon is all about safety when it comes to our company. Health and the safety of our employees and contractors around the world continues to be our top priority as we face the challenges associated with COVID-19. Our warehouses practice social distancing, daily temperature checks, and also clean and disinfect. Masks and gloves are also provided for protection, and our procedures are reviewed daily and are modified as needed to ensure that we are doing everything we can to keep our teams safe and healthy. All right, so our jobs at Amazon, starting off with the fulfillment center. So roles in the fulfillment centers include the selecting, packing, and shipping customer orders. You will work a set full-time schedules, and shifts options include overnight and days, and usually at least one weekend day. So this is where the magic begins. Once you purchase an order from Amazon, they get picked and packed and then shipped out to different Amazon distribution centers. You go ahead and hit next, which is the sortation center. The sortation center offer a part-time fixed schedule. You will work at least 4 shifts a week and must include either a Saturday or a Sunday or both. Shifts can be from 4 to 5 hours long, and you may be able to work at least 2 shifts in one day. There are many roles available, and you could be unloading trucks, sorting packages by zip code, and loading trucks. So sortation centers are considered the middle mile when it comes to our business line. Next. And then this is the last mile, our delivery stations. You could be unloading trucks, sorting out packages by zip code, or assisting delivery drivers loading up their vehicles. Schedules at our delivery stations can vary from part-time to full-time, and shifts are either overnight or early morning. So our typical shift schedules, again, we have the part-time shifts, which is at a selective business line, our sortation centers, or our delivery stations. And then we have the full-time shifts as well, which is either all 3 sites. We also have the host food market, which is flexible part-time, where you could at least work 3 shifts in a month and still be considered as an Amazon employee. Go ahead and hit next. So this is our hiring process. We have moved as much as our process as possible from physical to virtual steps. So instead of attending in person, candidates can complete more steps from home than before. So our streamline is very simplified in the application process. You can apply online at hiring.amazon.com, amazondelivers.jobs, or many more. And during the application process, you will take an assessment as well as a new hire employee appointment. At our new hire appointment or office hours appointments, you will take your badge photo, where you will receive on your day 1, and a pre-employment drug test. We will also initiate the background check at the new hiring event and complete section 2 of your I-9, which consists of the government documents or work authorization documents. Once the background check and the drug test come back, you will be scheduled to your day 1. That process could take as little as 7 days, or it could take much longer depending on the situation. This a few days before you start working, you will complete the new hire orientation, and then you'll be ready to start your day 1. Go ahead and hit next. So how to apply? You basically If you have an existing profile, you can log in at hiring.amazon.com, and then you will click on search all jobs near you. Or if there is no available positions available, then you should be able to sign up for job alerts, which you can text Chicago Now 5 to 77088 to sign up for alerts for job opportunities near your area. And that is all that I have. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that presentation, James. And again, just want to reiterate, we will be holding breakout room sessions. So if you do have any questions for James regarding potential employment opportunities at Amazon, please plan to stick around for the breakout rooms. It'll be immediately following our employer presentations. Thank you again, James. Our next presenter for today will be United Ground Express. Deanna, are you ready to present?
Yes, I am. I will go ahead and share my screen. Let's see. Here we go. Come on, we're still close. All right, here we go. So hello, everyone. My name is Deanna. I am the hub recruiter over at O'Hare Airport. What I am going to do today is give you guys information about the opportunity we have available at O'Hare. Just more information about the company, about possible career opportunities for you guys and what next steps could look like. So quick overview, we are United Ground Express. United Ground Express is a subsidiary of United Airlines. So I'm sure if you guys have not flown them, at least you have at least heard of them. We help support United here at O'Hare in Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. And there are a few main things that we do at O'Hare. It all kind of falls under this passenger assistance umbrella. So that is what we are currently hiring for right now, is passenger assistance agents. And the three main things that we do in this role are all obviously customer facing. So one of them, you are pushing wheelchairs. You are bringing people that need a little extra help getting them from point A to point B. The second thing we do is called luggage acceptance. So, you know, when you first walk into the airport and you see all those counters, we are the people behind the counters, and we'll weigh the bag, lift it up, put it on the bag belt so that our customers are able to, you know, move on to security, move on to the next steps without having to bring their luggage with them. The last thing we do is kind of general direction. You know, we'll stand by each of the TSA lines, checking boarding passes to make sure the right people are in the right places. If they're not, that's okay. We're just going to direct them on where to be instead. So those are the three main things, and it all falls under passenger assistance. We have both part-time and full-time available right now. So, you know, whatever works for you works for us. We can offer either of those. And then moving on from that position, there are a million ways to grow within the company. That's probably my favorite thing about the company, actually, is the opportunities for growth. So you could start in this position and then move on to lead or dispatch. There are more admin type roles such as compliance coordinator or time and attendance. And then of course there's the supervisory and management roles as well. So you kind of get to know the operation in this position. And then, you know, within 6 months or so, you can grow into any of those other roles as well. If you were, you know, studying something else and wanted to, let's say, have a corporate career, that could work out too. We have our corporate offices here in Chicago, so it would be a really easy jump to do that as well. My favorite thing to talk about now are the benefits. So right now we are offering $1,000 sign-on bonus for any new hire coming in. Half of it gets paid out at 90 days, and then the other half at 180 days. The pay rate right now starts at $15 an hour plus tips. That is going to be going up soon, I believe, in the summer. So a wage increase is on its way. We also get flight privileges aboard United Airlines. So it's probably the biggest benefit of being their subsidiary. We do get to fly for free on standby, or we could purchase discounted tickets at 20% off. So, I mean, if you like to travel, that's probably the best, best situation there for you. We do have various other health and welfare benefits like medical, dental, vision, 401k. And then you do start earning PTO after your probationary period as well. So lots of fun stuff in store if you do come on board. What we are looking for in people, you do have to be over 18 or older to be in this position. as well as have open availability. So O'Hare is one of the largest airports in the world, which means we do not close ever. So our shifts, they can run 24/7. Of course, you won't be working all of them in that hours, but you do have to be flexible with when you're able to work. It is a physical job, so you got to be able to lift up to 70 pounds because you are pushing real life human beings in these wheelchairs, or you are lifting up their bags. And if our passengers are anything like I am when I travel, I know that I shove everything in that bag and then hand it up to the people behind the counter and say, thank you so much. So definitely got to be able to lift those bags up as well. It is customer facing, so the ability to read, write, and speak English would definitely come in handy with that. And of course, we use a computer and a tablet every day as well on the job. Last thing here, you do have to be fully vaccinated in order to start working at O'Hare. We are open to, having the conversation with you first to see, is this something that you even want to do before, you go on and decide if you do want to get vaccinated or not, but before you start, that is one of the requirements. So next steps from here would be, first of all, submit an application. So those QR codes will go to the full-time and the part-time postings. Obviously apply for whichever one works best for you in your situation. After we get that application, normally within 48 hours, you will receive a phone call, kind of just going over more details about the job. Obviously, we want to learn a little more about you too. So that's what that initial phone call is for. And then we will schedule you in for an in-person interview. Once you get to the interview portion, it's pretty quick from there. We could decide that day if it's something that we want to move forward with or not, and then you would go through a background check, a drug screen, and fingerprints starting that day of the offer. So overall, it could take about 2 weeks from the date of the offer to the date you get in station. So if we're applying now, late February, probably get you in mid-March. So this is how you can connect with me after this. That's my direct email address. Of course, submit an application as well, but if you need to reach out, you have any comments, questions, concerns, you feel free to reach out to me directly. And then if you want to see our event schedule too, it's always posted on our website at unitedgroundexpress.com/events. And that is all that I have for you right now. I'm sure there are a lot of questions, and I will be happy to answer that all during the breakout session.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Deanna. And again, just want to reiterate, if you do have any questions for Deanna regarding, again, any positions, that are available at United Ground Express, please plan to attend the breakout room sessions where you'll be able to ask those questions directly. Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to have Wendella Boats, and I do believe we have Craig on the line to present. Craig, are you available, sir?
I am here.
Excellent. You can begin whenever you're ready.
All right. Well, thanks very much for having us. I apologize for not having a PowerPoint, but I was a last minute. Our recruiter, Grace Borgstrom, which you see on the screen, was ill this morning. So I'm standing in for her. I am from Wendella Boats and the Chicago Water Taxi. We are Chicago's original boat tours. We started in 1935, and hopefully many of you guys have been with us, either with your church or your school, or with a family reunion, or just taking your friends or family on the boat. So hopefully you're familiar with us, and you know who we are. So I'm going to give you 2 quick surprising statistics, and I know everyone loves statistics. Pre-pandemic, Chicago had 59 million visitors in 2019. A lot of people came to Chicago, and of those, most people took a boat tour. In fact, the Chicago Architecture Tour has been rated the 2nd most popular tour in the world, believe it or not. The Vatican being number 1, Wendella, or the Architecture Tour, being number 2. As I said, we've been around since 1935. We are still a family business. The family who runs Wendella today is the same family that started it in 1935, started by a Swedish immigrant who was living the American dream. So we've been doing boat tours since 35. We've been doing the Chicago water taxis since 1962. Many of you may or may not have been on that service. We take people from the train station at Madison Street down to Michigan Avenue. But we also now go to Chinatown. Lots and lots of families coming into Chinatown. And we also go to the Riverwalk. So what are we looking for? Why am I here? Well, we learned why I'm here because Grace was sick. Why is Wendella here? Because we are actually a transportation company. We are regulated by the United States Coast Guard. We take boat tours and the water taxi, as I said, 7 days a week, about 16, 17 hours a day. We have 2 shifts, usually, generally an AM and a PM. We are hiring for basically part-time people, full-time people. We are hiring for people who want to work seasonally, people who want to work full-time. Starting in 2019, Wendella started operating all year long. So we are looking for people all year round, not just seasonal, but we do have lots and lots of seasonal people. We're currently looking for deckhands and captains. Our deckhands start at $12 an hour, but that's only training pay. Training is about a week, at which point you're going to make $16 an hour. Captains, if you are a licensed United States Coast Guard captain, our starting salary for that is $27 an hour. We are Coast Guard regulated, which means we do have a pre-employment background check and a drug test. All our crew members are considered to be in safety sensitive positions. So you're going to be enrolled in a random drug test. We pay, and here's the greatest benefit we have here. We pay every week. You get a check every week. And I've been at jobs where in the old days where we got paid once a month, and it was brutal, but we pay every week. We are a unique opportunity here to work outside, work in the beautiful Chicago summer. Chicago is the most beautiful place in the summer. We have the most beautiful skyline in the world. And what we like to think of our job is that we live here. We're all Chicagoans. You're showing off your home. So we're looking for people who are proud of Chicago. They want to show off their home. I always liken this to someone coming into your home and you're showing off a beautiful sofa or a piece of art or something like that, but you're inviting people into your home, which in this case is Chicago. We're a forward-thinking company. We're very, very safety conscious. Many of our managers are involved in the Passenger Vessel Association. That's our national organization. They're involved in the safety. They're involved in the Safety and Security Committee. So we're very safety conscious and we're very forward thinking. Our goal is we're going to showcase Chicago. We're going to set the standard for the industry, and we want you to be involved. If we want people who want to be in the hospitality industry, because that's what we really are, transportation and hospitality, we're looking for people who want to show off Chicago, friendly people who want to meet people from all over the world. That's one of the great advantages of Wendella. You're going to meet people from all over the world. We have benefits, including, once again, we get paid every week. We have profit sharing. We have a 401k. We have divvy discounts on our divvy memberships. We teach first aid and CPR. We have a scholarship if you are start as a deckhand and you want to make a career in the marine industry. We have scholarships for you to get a captain's license. And we have potentially insurance for folks who are here full time and work about 30 to 40 hours a week. We're looking for problem solvers, leaders, people who want to show off Chicago. And that's about all I have for today. So hopefully I'll see a lot of you folks in the breakout rooms. I'll be able to answer any additional questions you might have. You can see Grace Borgstrom's email on the screen, gmb@wendellaboats.com. We just email her directly. You see wendellaboats.com/careers. That's where you're going to find a description of every job we're looking for now. And so that's about it. Thank you for your time. And I hope to see many of you in the breakout room.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that presentation, Craig. And of course, wonderful job for doing that on the fly last minute. So again, if you do have any questions for Craig regarding Wendella Boats, please plan to stick around for those breakout rooms and you'll be able to ask the questions that you do have directly to Craig. Thank you so much. Our next presenter will be 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And I do believe we do have Corey on the line for that presentation. Corey, are you available?
Yes, I am. Thank you for allowing me to present today. So my name is Corey. I am the talent recruiter here for 1-800-GOT-JUNK. So we recruit for 3 buildings here throughout the Chicagoland. We have one in Chicago, we have one in LaGrange, and then we also are opening a new building in Prospect Heights here. So can I get the next slide? So a little bit about us. So we are a full service junk removal company, meaning that we will go into different establishments, whether it be business, residence, or even a commercial building. We remove unwanted junk. The majority of the things are things that people are commonly replacing, such as washers, dryers, refrigerators, bed frames, mattresses. So we take those, and then what we do with the stuff is we try and donate as much as we can to places like Goodwill or Salvation Army. And then the rest we take to what's called a transfer station, where we will then dump the trucks, and everything is recycled from there. We try and put as little as possible into landfills. Next slide, please. For our positions, we do offer benefits. We do have healthcare, dental, and vision. There's eligibility after 60 days of work, and 3 different plans you can pick from. We also do offer PTO and FSA plans. Next slide. So we are looking for entry-level truck team members. There are some requirements here, just over the age of 20, a valid driver's license, and just being able to physically lift up to 75 pounds repeatedly. On average, we do have a 4-day work week because our average shift is about 10 hours. We're looking for part-time and full-time team members. And on average, my positions pay about $15 to, I want to say $18 to $20 an hour. We pay with a base pay, and then we also do profit sharing off of all of the jobs that you complete as well. Next slide, please. Here we have the where to apply. So there is a website here, and then there's a QR code that will take you directly to our website. And there are multiple job listings on there that will actually break down all of the buildings that I am currently hiring for as well. Next slide. And then right here, you have some information. There's my information. And then there's actually our director of talent and our people and culture manager, who can also be reached out to about getting positions in our company. All right, I believe that is it for me.
And I do believe that is correct. Thank you so much, Corey, for that presentation. And again, I just want to reiterate, if you do have any questions for Corey regarding employment opportunities at 1-800-GOT-JUNK, please plan to stick around for the breakout rooms portion of the event, where of course you'll have an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. Thank you so much for that, Corey. Our next presenter will be Dr. Tricia Kearns with Governors State University, and I do believe she will be presenting over some programs that are available at the university. Dr. Kearns, are you available to present?
I am. Thank you, Daniel.
Absolutely. And give me one moment here, Dr. Kearns. I just want to verify. There we go. Okay, you can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me to represent Governors State University. So I'm here today, a little bit different than our previous speakers, to talk about training and why training, especially now, is so important. Next slide. Okay, we saw earlier some of the opportunities in the transportation, distribution, and logistics fields. And I want to point out, with certification training and or college educations, the jobs title and how much money you can make per year greatly increases. We all need a starting point, without a doubt. But let us not forget that with certification training, and I'm going to introduce some of those organizations to you here shortly, as well as pursuing a college education, could land you one of these positions I have here on the screen. And I am happy to talk to any of you on how do I get started on this. Next slide. On February 24th, I quickly went on to Indeed.com. Great resource when you're looking for positions. There were near 3,500 positions open in the Chicagoland area in supply chain. Some of these companies are companies that you know: United Airlines, Kraft, Rush Hospital, Google, Motorola. Governor State University is in University Park. We provide online training. We provide convenient training for you. It doesn't matter if you're working in an overnight shift or if you happen to be working a day shift. We are affordable and convenient. Next slide. GSU, some things that I'm awfully proud of. US News and World Report ranks GSU in the top 25 in the Midwest for social mobility. Some of the best undergraduate business programs, which, by the way, we are an AACSB accredited university. It is a prestigious accreditation to earn and maintain. Best Colleges has ranked our online MBA in supply chain management in the nation's top 10 programs. And then, of course, for our veterans out there, thank you for your service. Military Times ranks us best for vets. Next slide. There are several professional organizations that are non-for-profits that have been around since the 50s. These type of organizations have done significant research on topics such as warehousing, distribution, logistics, supply chain management. APICS, which today is known as ASCM, the Association of Supply Chain Management, the Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals. Both of those organizations provide entry-level certification training all the way up to more advanced certification training. Everyone here, if this is the first time you're hearing the word Lean Six Sigma is about process improvement, finding the value in what you do. Lean Six Sigma certifications continue to be a very popular certification through our university. They are a certificate program, so anyone here on the call, even if you don't have a college education, you are eligible to sign up for both the Green Belt and the Black Belt. We are also partnered with the Institute of Supply Management for those of you in procurement or sourcing, purchasing, contract review. And then, of course, we are also heavily connected with our certification in business professionals. And this is primarily through our small business international trade educators. And then finally, we have a fairly new program in e-commerce, and how all of us are very focused these days on buying our goods and our services online. We have certifications in that as well. Next slide. So now is the time to invest in you. You hear the opportunities today in the transportation, distribution, and logistics. I'm here to talk to you about, while you are earning those income and earning that new position, let me work with you to get you trained, whether it be certification or even a college education. I've got an email address up here on the screen, but I will also be in a breakout room and happy to chat with you about your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Dr. Kearns. And again, just want to reiterate, as I have from the kickoff of this event, if you do have any questions for Dr. Kearns or any of the other folks that have presented here today, we will be entering breakout room sessions here shortly, where you will have an opportunity, of course, to ask these folks any questions that you might have regarding, the positions that they have available, or perhaps the programs and services that they have, currently offered and available as well. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and kind of delve into the breakout rooms portion of the event here. What we're going to go ahead and do is just give a little brief overview as far as what the process flow will look like for this portion of the event, some of the things to keep in mind, and then of course, ground rules as far as conduct is concerned. So as you'll see here up on the screen, this is just something that I like to include in all of these breakout room setups, if you will, to keep in mind. If you're having difficulties joining a room or moving freely from room to room, or just seeing the breakout rooms icon in general, once I do enable that feature, it could be that you're running an outdated version of Zoom Client for Meetings. If that is the case, you may need to download the most recent version that is available. You can do that at the link that you see provided on your screen there. Again, that's zoom.us/download. It should be, I believe, either the first or second item that's available for download when you go on that page. So just keep that in mind again if you're having any issues joining a room. Again, here, just a few screenshots of the actual process of joining a room. So when I open up the breakout rooms, if you are joining via desktop or laptop, you will see a similar, setup, if you will, on the toolbar that should be on the bottom portion of your screen. You'll see a breakout rooms icon, as you see there, highlighted up by that red square there, or rectangle, if you will. What you'll go ahead and do is you'll click that icon. What will then pop up is the next screenshot that I do have there on the screen. Again, that window will just have a complete listing of all of the employers or presenters, if you will, that we had on the line today. Off to the right-hand side on that screenshot, you'll see that Join tab. All you'll do is click on that tab, and that will allow you to be redirected to that room that you want to join. Something else to note here, if you are joining through a mobile device, so let's say a tablet, cell phone, etc., it could be set up a little bit different. So what will happen is if you see that tab off to the right-hand side of the breakout rooms tab on the first screenshot there, it says More. You should see something similar on your phone. You'll click on that, and it will bring up that second window there again that you see, have that listing of the rooms. You'll click Join, and then for both devices, whether you're joining through the laptop, desktop, or mobile device, you'll just rinse and repeat that process as you want to join between rooms or go room to room. I'll put this back up on the screen here before we open up the sessions. As you'll see here, this is just a real brief overview of what to expect for the session. Again, each of the folks that presented here today will be in their breakout room. We will have folks from the YWCA popping in those sessions, intermittently, just to check in, help you with any troubleshooting that might need to take place, so on and so forth. We will go ahead and set the timer up today for about 30 minutes for these sessions. Again, you as a job seeker will be able to move freely throughout those rooms. You are encouraged to turn on your camera if you'd like, also to unmute yourself once you're in the room. And then our last slide here before we kick things off is just a few ground rules we want to keep you all, informed of, if you will. As you see there on the first bullet point, again, just be mindful of everyone's time, both the employers and your fellow job seekers. Again, feel free to ask any questions that you have, but once you've received that response, please just mute yourself and allow your fellow job seekers the same opportunity. Again, you can share your video camera, but just please keep things respectful, professional, and courteous, if you will. Again, the second bullet point that you'll see there, we do have kind of a graduated process, if you will, for addressing people that might be unruly. So again, if you opt to be disruptive or inconsiderate to your fellow job seekers, you will receive a verbal warning by the partner staff in the room. If you choose to disregard that warning, you will be permanently placed on mute. And then our last bullet point here before we kick things off, you'll see there, if you are muted permanently, you'll still be allowed to ask questions in the chat, but you'll no longer have that priority status. Those employers will get to your questions as time permits. And then if you do choose to use that chat to cause further disruption, you will be removed from the session entirely. And unfortunately, the way Zoom works is if you are ejected from a session, you will not be permitted reentry. Again, don't anticipate any issues with this, but I just do want to let you folks know what the process does look like. So I'm going to go ahead and put this screen back up on the screen here, if you will, for you to reference to join those rooms. Again, I'm real quickly going to, announce who we have in those rooms for you to join. Again, we have Amazon on the line, United Ground Express, Wendella Boats, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and Governor State University for you to talk to today. And I do encourage you to meet with each of those individuals. Even if you have one employer in mind or one presenter in mind, you never know what other employers might have to offer, what other opportunities are out there. And again, just encourage you to join each room, speak with those folks, ask any questions that you have, or even just listen and observe. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is open up these breakout rooms. And again, there's going to be a 30-minute timer that I'm going to go ahead and set here. And I do also want to let you know that timer will be up in the right-hand corner of the room, so you can see how much time is left in the session. Once we have reached that 30th minute, there will be a countdown timer that's set to 60 seconds. So basically what that means is that you'll have about a minute or so to wrap up any conversations that are taking place at that time. After that minute has elapsed, we'll be redirected back to the main session, which we are in now. And we'll go ahead and close things out and let you all know what the next steps will look like after this event has concluded. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open up all these rooms. If you're having any issues joining a room, again, feel free to reach out to me through the chat feature here. Just let me know which room that you'd like to enter, and I'll go ahead and manually assign you to that room. So again, one more time, Amazon, United Ground Express, Wendella Boats, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and Governor State University are on the line today. And those rooms should be open. Feel free to join. Okay, well, it looks like we do have a majority of the folks back in from the breakout rooms. So again, before I give my kind of closing remarks or statements, I want to, of course, give Robert with the TDL Sector Center an opportunity to do so. Robert, any closing remarks?
Thank you, Daniel. And I just thanks everyone who was able to come out and connect with employers. I hope you were able to ask questions and get those questions answered and follow up to the opportunities that each employer has to offer. I wish you well on your job search, and please consider us a friendly support for your efforts to find employment and other opportunities that exist within the Sector Center here. So thank you again, and we look forward to assisting you in the future. And thank you, Daniel and team.
Thank you so much, Robert. And again, just a few kind of items that I'd like to cover here today before we wrap things up. Today's session has been recorded in its entirety, so if there's anything that you want to go back and reference as far as employer presentations were concerned, before you go ahead and fill out those applications, please feel free to review that recording. I will be uploading it more than likely Monday. Typically, it's within 48 hours of the conclusion of our events. You can locate that recording on the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel under the Virtual Job Fairs playlist. Again, that should be available for you by Monday afternoon at the latest. Additionally, I'll also be sending a copy of the registration reports for this event to both the TDL Sector Center and the presenters today. So for the presenters, if there's any folks that you would like to follow up with, you will have their contact information again by no later than Monday afternoon. And again, I would just like to thank everyone who joined us today, both employer and presenter and job seeker alike. Thank you all for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and, of course, a great weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you.